I feel good about the feedback we've gotten for sure. Like a lot of the stuff that was an issue in testing and stuff like that, is a lot of stuff that we've gotten from David and Heather is stuff that's pretty easily fixable, very easily workable. We do have one like major catch in our project now though, and it is that it's yet another issue with Apple because we love them. So like on their site, it says that it'd take like a month max to get something approved on the App Store. We talked to Heather and she said it took her 4 months to get a student's project approved, and we don't have 4 months. So now we are looking at building in WebGL instead of like natively to your device, which it has its own set of problems. But for the most part, it should be an easy transition. The good thing about Unity is that you don't have to change too much of how you're actually working in Unity to build the different platforms, which is good. Obviously there's some caveats to that, and I'm not a programmer, so, don't take my word as law, but generally, it should be a pretty simple switch. We might have some issues, getting camera detection to work from a browser, but we should be able to transition hopefully pretty easy. We'll see in the next week or two.
So how are you feeling about the feedback you've gotten from usability testing?
Pretty good. Pretty good, honestly. User testing, there was some issues. It was our first user test. But honestly, like a lot of the bigger issues were things that were really, really easy to fix. Like we had an issue just with like the scanner functionality, being able to read something when the user wanted it to.
Okay.
Like it was taking multiple tries to get it, and like
what is it that you need the scanner to read?
So the way that we can tell if a user is at an experience is they scan a QR code, like at the physical location of the experience at Fuse.
Okay.
But so we were having issues getting the scanner to actually read the QR codes when we wanted them to.
Got it.
But like that was one of the biggest issues for usability testing, and we fixed it in like a day.
Hi, my name's Jeremiah. I'm a freshman programmer on the team for FUSEBox. In terms of creating games, that is in my experience with it, I've created a few things just for class, and this is probably like the first thing I've made more or less on my own just because I can. I wouldn't be here if that wasn't my goal. I'm really looking forward to getting better at what I'm doing so I can do it more in the future.
So what is your role on the team here?
I'm a freshman programmer. I have little experience, so I was sent to make a mini game on my own, and after some delays, I eventually decided to make a block pushing mini game, which has been completed, but doesn't have any art or sound effects or anything like that, and it has not yet been implemented into the actual FUSEBox project.
Gotcha. So by block pushing, you mean like that wood block lock game where you have to move them around to get something all the way through?
It's a
it's
a top-down game where you have like a character on a grid, and there's walls and obstacles, and you have to push blocks into holes to like fill in gaps in the floor, and then walk over them and get to the goal.
Yeah, my name is Lucas Johnson. My role on the team is a programmer. How I felt about the feedback is it's pretty good so far. We've only had one play testing session, but like it seems that we're going in the right direction. Obviously we need to adjust slightly for just so it can be a better experience for the user, but it feels like we are really going in the right direction.
So what's your role on the team?
I'm just a programmer. I help. I actually joined the team a little bit later, so I just help fill in where we need.
Gotcha. So you've been working with the Xcode on this, right? I've heard that's been a problem for you.
Yeah, we ran into a little bit of issues working with Xcode because none of us had used it before, but luckily recently we've been able to figure it out and build to the phone itself. But
yeah, you had a phone build for the usability testing the other day, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how did that go? How's the feedback been from that?
We got a lot of useful feedback. Certainly some changes we'll need to make, but overall people like being able to use their phone instead of having to use like a tiny laptop or something like that.
Yeah. Sounds good. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with it in the next test.
Awesome.
More high fidelity.